Hi and welcome to the Cult TV Sofa. This is a reaction video of the 14th episode of Season 2 of Babylon 5 called There All the Honour Lies. You can now see the full reaction for this YouTube video on my new Patreon channel, along with lots of other goodies. Links are in the description below. Last time we saw a security alert being sent out by EarthGov when the doctor for the president goes on the run, apparently after stealing secrets. Initially, the command staff provided assistance to the investigator and his team, tasked with locating the doctor, who had been traced to Babylon 5, but after a visit from one of General Haig's associates, they discovered that the doctor actually had evidence that the current president was involved in the death of the previous one. With his permission, they managed to hide him on Kosh's ship, which cannot be scanned by current Earth technology. The investigators move on, and the Doctor is moved away from the station to provide evidence in the future. So let's see what happens in this episode. I'm going to put any relevant trivia that I find over here, and at the end of the reaction I'll be discussing what happened and my thoughts about it. And just want to show you something quickly, something I bought. This is the Babylon 5 security manual. I've had a quick flick through it because there are some spoilers in it. So I've only looked at a few, well, literally glanced at it basically. But I was thinking maybe in the future I might do something like a review of it or something, but obviously I can't do that till the end of the show. And I think there's a few other books as well, so I might have a look at those in the future, not now. But I thought for now, as the security manual, as I can't read it, I might actually send it to Garibaldi, because to be honest, their security is shocking. So he could do with this. So yeah, if anyone's got Garibaldi's address, let me know and I'll forward it on to him. So yeah, I'm going to start the episode in 3, 2, 1.
Their studies indicate that the sale of merchandise relating to Babylon 5 system-wide could generate a projected 2 million credits over the next year, earmarked for our operating budget.
That's not much, 2 million.
Dolls, jackets, toys.
Welcome to Babylon 5, the last best hope for a quick buck.
I can imagine some toys of the station.
That's why I'm putting you in charge to oversee this gift shop.
Ugh.
Why me?
Yeah.
I hate this whole idea.
Exactly. I'm counting on you to focus that hostility with your typical diligence. If you'll excuse me, I have to meet with Ambassador Kosh down in the Zocalo for another one of his lessons that should help us understand each other better.
Another one, which implies there'd be multiple.
While you're handling this whole store situation, could you see if they have any baseball caps? For my sister.
See, you just proved how actually useful and how good it might actually be to have the gift shop.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. No problem.
That wasn't suspicious at all.
My link.
Hey,
Hey, you! Come back here! Oh, sorry. All right. Get back! Death first.
was he going for something? Looked like he was kind of reaching in his jacket. Blimey, you start your day off talking about a gift shop and you just walk out your door and then all of a sudden you're in a fight for your life and shooting someone. We've all had days like that. I can imagine people would buy little Star Furies as well. I mean, we buy them now and they're harder to get hold of these days. I don't know if I was about to say I don't know if the episode's been on the streaming service now might boost things, but they're not going to make new toys and models and things. It'll just make it harder to get hold of the ones that are already out there because more people will be buying them.
He was reaching for a weapon.
No weapon was found on the
Did
dog.
look like it. There are not cameras everywhere.
We must do all we can to avoid another conflict between our people over a misunderstanding.
He was trying to kill me.
He was definitely the aggressor.
I have been asked by my government to conduct my own investigation as well, independently of yours.
Now, that would be a real duplication of effort. We could get into each other's way.
But it is the only way for the government to decide whether or not that you'll be charged with murder.
Ooh. But realistically, she can't do that much of an investigation. She's not going to have access to the tools and systems that Garibaldi's going to have access to. And they might give her access to something specifically for the investigation, but it can't be a thorough investigation. It can't be. So it seems a bit pointless. I understand why they'd want to do it, but I'd say surely there's cameras everywhere in the future. I mean, there's cameras everywhere now, and there would have been back then. Just in our time in the 90s, there were cameras everywhere. So I would have thought there would be cameras everywhere in the future. Monitoring, especially like stairwells and things, monitoring what's going on. I mean, that's the second time that bridge and that little corner there has been used in an attack, because it's where Talia Winters was attacked when that security guard was escorting her, and the Free Mars guy who'd been taking control of tried to attack her. So that's two attacks that we know of in that one location. So yeah, I'd be putting a camera up there.
Find that Minbari witness I mentioned in my report. Description?
Minbari.
Bald with a bone on his head.
Oh dear.
Is there something I can help you with?
Well, as a matter of fact, there is. Please stand by for transmission.
If I ask you if you might know who did see the incident with Captain Sheridan, you'd have to answer truthfully.
Or not at all.
So they can lie by omission.
But if you are done, I would like some time to speak with him alone.
Minbari to Minbari?
Okay. So yes, what I said is right, it's that Garibaldi has systems that can help. But on the flip side, they have Linnea, who's a Minbari, and Minbari will talk to Minbari, so that he has access to intelligence that Garibaldi doesn't have. So, okay.
Why would he want my link? It's useless once it's reported stolen. It's hot.
Maybe it's because it's the one thing he knew you'd want back.
It was a lure.
The good news is there's nothing in the autopsy that proves he was attacked without cause. Now, the bad news...
Nothing to prove he wasn't. Surprised Linnea wasn't there to hear that.
Where'd you get the PPG?
I found it during the fight.
Oh, I assumed it was his.
Maybe someone wanted you to find it.
Or maybe he's the one who dropped it and that's the one I found.
No, it doesn't track. Why would a member of the Minbari warrior caste be packing an Earth-made PPG?
That's true. So it was left on purpose.
You know, even in a vacuum, it smells of a setup.
He was set up to kill the Minbari. It's kind of like the Minbari set himself up to be killed. That's probably all like real merchandise that you could buy, that we could buy, back then.
I'm sorry. I just...
Oh!
You all right? Oh, yes. Yes. No, I'm not.
Oh, that's interesting, the way she said that. It was kind of like, I mean, yes, you could see he was a bit bumbling and something was not quite right, but I wonder if he's like giving off loads of signals as well, so she kind of, picked it up psychically from him.
Bye-bye.
So it was that call he had. She doesn't look actually that distressed, so she's not too worried about him.
And you are certain that this is the one who witnessed the attack, Lanier?
I do like there he is, down there.
Ashan.
I answer to other Minbari, not freaks.
Oh, that door was well timed. An instant later, she'd have walked into it. I bet they've had to do a load of takes of that, because they probably have got the timing not quite right, to walk through the door just as it was sliding open. There was enough room for her head to go through. I don't think she even ducked down. She pretty much got it perfectly through.
The witness states that Lavelle was assaulted by you without provocation. That he offered to surrender.
Oh. Well, that's a lie. So Minbari aren't meant to lie. That is a literal, blatant lie.
That what Lavelle actually said was "de verhurst," which in our language roughly translates as "I yield to your."
Oh. That's like somebody walking into into a big room with a gun and saying, "I'm going to murder you all." But apparently, in his language, that means "I love you and I want to give you all a hug." I mean, that is so ridiculous.
Then he is in error, where the truth is involved, and I want to speak with him now.
Well, security should be. The captain shouldn't. That's probably not a good idea for the captain to be talking to him. He should be keeping out of it as much as he can. Garibaldi should be doing it as the head of security.
I have to see him. Maybe I can reason with him.
Oh, that's fiddling with evidence and
What about Ivanova?
witnesses.
You want her there too?
No, I don't want this insanity disrupting the station any more than it has to.
Sure, you need to keep her informed. It's second in command. That looks really nice. I'm not really a like a models or figures sort of person. I've never really had the room. Just looking around my room now. It's got DVDs on a bookcase. I've got a few specialised books that I'm a big Sherlock Holmes fan, and I've got some of the original Strand magazines that Sherlock Holmes was first published in over 100 years ago. I've got those up. That's about it. I don't even have stuff on the wall because I rent, and I'm always the walls were completely flat. There's nothing, no holes or anywhere to hang anything up, so it's quite bare. It's probably literally the definition of a bachelor pad. Yeah, I'll probably do some posters up or something. Oh, yeah, but my point. I have seen a few. I know there's Babylon 5 figures, and I remember they used to have the micro machines, just little figures of Babylon 5 and all the different ships. They're actually quite cool. But like I said, I bet it's hard to get hold of them now, especially just because there probably aren't that many of them around, and there's probably an increased demand for them. So if you have got any, you might want to hold on to them. They could be worth a bit more money in the future.
Still, it makes you wonder if there's anything the Earth Senate won't do to make money.
I'm sorry. What?
That looked really good. That's obviously one of the masks they do use for the characters. Maybe like one of the original ones or an old one or something that they used that it didn't look completely realistic, but that was well done.
Excuse me.
How much is this?
Miss?
That was well done as well. Yeah, that's quite dangerous actually, having that stuff on sale.
Excuse me, officer.
Alan, man. Zach Allen.
Take me to Captain Sheridan.
Please?
He was not a man, though, was he? He was Minbari, Starkiller.
Huh. So, hint of negativity there from him. So, yeah, Starkiller, because he's the only captain to have actually destroyed a Minbari ship during the war, or battle cruiser during the war. If I remember rightly, he lured them into a asteroid field and put nuclear bombs around it, so they blew up and destroyed the ship. I think the ship was called Starkiller, which is why he's I can't remember. But yeah, he's obviously got negative opinions of the captain.
We're discussing the here and now.
Was it not an Earthman who said that those who do not listen to history will repeat it?
Itself. Something like that. That wasn't an exact quote. Something like, those that do not listen to history are doomed to repeat it, I think. I'll have info on it.
Captain, this is,
The one friend you have in this room. Guinevere Corey, Captain. I'm your lawyer.
Of course she is.
This entire situation does not look good for the captain.
The situation cannot be linear.
They always say Minbari can't lie. If that witness is telling them that what he says happened, then following the logic, the two of them must believe what he says. But they know the captain as well, so it puts them in a really awkward position because, yeah, they've got two conflicting sides.
I didn't stop over here for my help.
Get out of his
I
chair!
was en route to Earth when I received a message to come here instead.
I thought she was quick.
Earthdome has reviewed the facts, and they have decided to proceed with an indictment against you. They decided it would be best to go to trial and let both sides be heard, show all the evidence, and take the judgment. I don't think they have enough evidence to convict beyond a reasonable doubt.
But there'll be doubt.
Whether you're found guilty or innocent, if this goes to trial, you'll have to step down as commanding officer of Babylon 5, probably permanently.
So, we know that Sheridan, still got to call him Sinclair, we know that Sheridan is working behind the scenes against the president, basically. And so far, he's kind of kept that hidden from people. We don't think anyone's known. So is it maybe that they do now know that he's looking into it and this is their way of getting him out of the station and somebody else in? That's the only kind of thing that makes sense. The fact that EarthGov are so quick to rush it all through for him to be off the station when before they were eager to put him on because they thought he had the same he had what they wanted basically on the station. Yeah, I don't know.
What if I did do it?
Starting to doubt himself now.
Are you asking about the possibility or whether I'll still respect you if that's what happened?
The former.
Any danger of my losing respect for you was eliminated when you asked that question.
That's a good point. Just the very fact that he doubted himself and said, is it possible? He's not completely closed off to what happened. He's still open to everything. So, yeah, that's a good point.
Ambassador Kosh.
Oh, he didn't turn up for the meeting.
The lesson.
I'm not really in the best frame of mind.
Precisely the correct time. Come.
It's the same guy that got the captain in hot water?
The same. Listen, I want him followed. Don't do anything to cause a problem, and don't provoke him.
Again, this is one of those times, surely there should be cameras all over the station so that they don't have to follow someone manually like that. They just follow them with the cameras. And I would have thought in the future, and again, I would have thought they'd have thought of this back in the 90s when this was all being done, that the cameras would have automatic face recognition and stuff, so you wouldn't even have to have someone sitting down following someone by moving the cameras manually. The cameras could be set to track somebody, so they would be following the person and recording it. So you'd literally have like a file of their entire journey of what they're doing. Yeah, I mean, I know that would probably, well, this wouldn't be an episode if that was the case, because it would be easy to prove what happened. But yeah, it doesn't seem quite right. Again, going to send that security manual. I might add my own little section about add cameras everywhere. So, you know, Garibaldi might do it then.
What, you want me to go inside? Is that it? What's inside there?
One moment of perfect beauty.
Is it one of my videos?
I'm sorry, I don't carry any kind of hard currency. It's all done with a credit sheet. I've got about a dozen of them. They show what part of the service you're in.
Oh, I thought it was like a medal. One of my favourite, well, a song that I really like has like a Gregorian chanting like that, but it's a modern song with that in the background. So yeah, it is very beautiful to hear that sort of music. I found it quite relaxing as well. So yeah, basically he went to one of the worst parts of the station, a tiny little grimy room, and heard that. It's the literal definition of don't judge a book by its cover.
Well, well. How many drinks does that make for you now?
Yeah, why? What was the call?
2.
2.
This came this morning. Centauri Prime is sending a replacement for my position. It seems the job has become too important.
More high profile.
All right, I'll talk with him. They can't make you leave if I wish you to stay.
What you wish.
Not what he wants. Oh, did they not ask permission before they made a Londo doll?
Another lesson? What this time?
Beauty. In the dark.
Oh, must be working. You're beginning to talk just like a Volok.
Exactly. Yep.
You may want to look at this.
Oh, yeah. Oh. I haven't got time to let you know what it said. We'll have to watch the rest of the episode and we'll find out, I'm sure.
Captain!
Ooh.
Commander!
Oh, it's not happy.
Can we talk?
That's actually really bad. If they didn't know anything about the dolls, EarthGov producing them and selling them for profit for themselves, that's really not a good thing. Without some kind of contract or something, yeah, they open themselves to huge lawsuits. Why is he in a dodgy area of the station? Oh, I thought it was going to be linear. Aha! Oh, I like the. That's kind of like the equivalent of the Vulcan neck pinch, across the neck like that. Live long and prosper, Linear.
I have acted shamefully to buy you the time to end this matter in some honorable way.
Rock on, Linear.
Do I have to spell it out for you?
Oh, I see. So you feel like you're being symbolically cast in the bad light.
Castrated.
Well put.
Yeah, it was well put. That was a good line.
Apparently there is honor in helping another save face.
You lied to protect someone's honor.
That seems a bit weird. You kind of dishonor yourself to protect someone else's honor. I suppose maybe that's the point. Protecting someone else's honor is an honorable thing to do. So you're not dishonoring yourself. It's actually is honorable. It's a logistical nightmare thinking that one through. But seems a bit. Don't know. Doesn't quite sit right with me. Convenient. That's the word I was looking for. Seems a bit convenient.
Your government wants Ashan to leave for your homeworld on the next shuttle. Without a trial, without some
closure,
definitive answers.
It'll always be hanging over his head.
It'll leave doubt in the minds of everyone here about what really happened. Once during the war, my fighter was disabled. I sat there, radio out, power out. I was rescued, obviously, but...
Or maybe you weren't. Maybe you, due to lack of oxygen, you're hallucinating, and all of this is just a figment of his imagination.
I was to report here for parting instructions.
After you have gone, I will go to the captain and announce my complicity in the death of Lavelle.
What?
Individually, I did not.
But part of the clan.
But tell me, Ashan, is there any more honor in this?
I don't know.
They're there behind the door.
Lavelle is a martyr. He sacrificed himself to remove Sheridan.
There is nothing left, Ashan. Lavelle threw away his life.
You recorded it all.
You betcha.
The recording obviously is enough, but it's a slam dunk. But I would have thought the four of them as witnesses would be enough as well. I would assume that Delenn would give evidence, the fact that she set that up, basically. Yeah.
If we reveal this, it'll disgrace your clan, won't it? And you.
He still did it.
I'll turn over all this material. If you'll get Ashan to issue a statement about what he really saw, we'll leave Lavelle's motives in the attack. One more mystery.
Doesn't completely solve the problem. It's the fact that Minbari still shot. He didn't shoot. I don't know. It's still messy.
I informed Homeworld that if you were leaving, then I was leaving with you. I have perhaps not treated you as well as I should have. I cannot change the past.
Change the future.
The present, yes. Wir stay.
Yeah, those are words that you should be listening to, though, Londo. You can change the present and you can change the future.
When I was speaking with your uncle, I invited your entire family to come and stay with you for a month. I know you wouldn't mind.
I do. No.
No good deed goes unpunished. Another drink. So, yes, Londo did a nice thing, but little icing on the cake, invites his family for a month. That's a punishment.
What is that?
Take a look.
Babylon 5? JS? This is supposed to be me?
Yeah.
I want it off my station.
That's not that bad. That wasn't that bad. Although why somebody would buy a bear with his initials on it, it's not like he's famous or anything. I can understand the person who's buying its initials, so you have it embroidered with your initials. That makes sense, but yeah.
Negative, Babylon Control. I don't see a...
He threw the bear at the airlock. He spaced a bear. What has the bear ever done to you? It was an alright episode. It wasn't bad. There have been better. It was an alright one. The honour thing with the Minbari, line to protect. Don't know. This is a little bit wishy-washy to me, and especially his way out of it at the end. By as long as the witness says what happened, which would, well, we're assuming he saw the whole thing. I'm assuming he heard the Minbari say death first, I think it was, and then was shot. But he had his back to the stairs, so he wouldn't be able to see if he was going for a gun or anything. So it still doesn't completely exonerate the captain, the witness's statement. But even if he did see everything, there's still going to be that mystery about why a Minbari attacked a human captain. Yeah, it just doesn't. It seems odd. I don't quite get that. Yeah, it was. I said it in a previous episode. It's nice to see Linnea getting more confident. You can see it in him. Just the way he is. Although he did attack a security officer, which isn't great. Yeah. No, I say it was an alright episode. I don't rate it highly or negatively. It was just a sort of a run-of-the-mill one. Let me know what you thought about this one in the comments below, and I shall see you for the next one. Be seeing you.